to the music industry because I don't listen to it. Thank you.
That was a really motivating speech, to say the least. This is kind of a hard subject for some people to speak about because it's really controversial. But a few years ago, there was a police officer that he did an interview supposedly with Snoop Dogg, and he said they asked him who was the man who killed Tupac, and he said the guy was sitting with him in the 7 Series. And they also did a documentary. They asked the security guards who were present at that night. They asked them. I don't know if have you seen the documentary? Yeah, it's a documentary they did with the security guards, and they said that they got over the radio they were told to leave all their weapons at the hotel. It was kind of sketchy. So, what's your opinion on these conspiracy theories that Suge Knight may have been involved in?
My opinion is I really stay away from that because as a Muslim, certain suspicion of Allah says in the Quran is a sin. So we can't just point the finger at a person we don't know 100% who done it. I know personally when it happened with Suge Knight showed me personally the bullets that he got shot in the chest and the head. He said, look, I got shot right here and I got shot right here. And from what I've seen nothing but love between Suge and Pac. So I don't really get to that or who killed who. On the day of judgment that'll come out, you know what I mean? But we can't point a finger because a documentary, they can put anything. And I think I know that documentary because another person said they seen that documentary and they made it seem like, if you look at it, that I was in that documentary. And they said, well, the person like in this documentary, they make it seem like I'm the one that set up Gaddafi. You know what I mean? They made it seem like in that documentary that they showed Gaddafi being the only member who know the person that killed Pac. Let me know I get my cousin that killed Gaddafi. In other words, this is how they be twisting stuff, man. So you gotta be careful. You can make anything look like anything when it comes to documentaries and internet and all that stuff like that. Because another thing that I found out from when Pac got shot at Suge car, you know what I mean? This is something to think about. When he first got shot, Suge, the car of Pac, the side was locked. You know what I mean? Pac couldn't get out. And they said that Suge was on the floor and he had a shotgun to his head. And Pac was sitting in the car while the door was stuck. And the ambulance couldn't open the door. So I would think if you want to set somebody up, you would just be like, yeah, I got him, let him sit in the car and bleed to death. But they said when the door went open, Suge Knight got up, even though the shotgun was to his head, and said, watch out, I'm not open the door, this is my car. So he put his life in jeopardy with the shotgun in his head, got up and opened the door so they could get Pac out. So I would think, you know what I mean, that type of stuff, we have to be careful with that type of stuff because this is a matter of putting blood on somebody's hand, you know what I mean? And Allah knows best, Allah knows who done it, Allah knows, you know? Want to answer something from the sister side?
Yeah. I have a question. I know Islam is one, but there's this big conflict between the Shiites and the Sunnis. If someone was to ask me what's the difference, what would be the right answer?
I would tell them to read it themselves. You know what I mean? I don't really want to get right now, they really ain't the time to get too much into that, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to say the wrong thing, chase somebody out. I would tell somebody if they ask that, I would say, to be honest, why don't you just take your time and read what is Islam? Why don't you just read what Prophet Muhammad is, start off reading about the religion of Islam, and eventually they get to that point. You know what I mean?
I wanted to ask you, when you decided to become Muslim, what was the hardest transition for you during this phase? And do you sometimes right now find yourself in your old mentality every now and then when someone approaches you and they don't know what you've been through? So what I mean is, like, when you're out, people don't know anything about your lifestyle. They approach you as Napoleon. You find yourself sometimes back to being Napoleon for a certain time period?
I think, to answer the first question, the hardest thing for me is basically like leaving the music industry. That was very hard for me, you know what I mean? And yeah, that happens sometimes. My wife always checks me for that, man, because somebody sometimes be staring at me. And I'll be like, man, what is this dude looking at, man? And this time I'll be in a restaurant and people stare at me, and sometimes that John Beale come out of me. I mean, what is this dude looking at, man? And they say, I know one time it happened and the guy came up and was like, you Napoleon. And in my head, I'm like, man, this dude staring at me, I feel like hurting this dude, what he's doing. Sometimes I have to check myself, you know what I mean? Because that's the ignorant way of thinking. So, of course, everybody you got to still fight and struggle with yourself. Nobody living on earth as if you made it. Okay, I'm on my religion now, let me put my guard down, I made it, you know, it's always going to be a struggle, you know?
Thank you.
I have a question. You being in Hollywood before, how do I deal with a friend who is not ignorant of Islam, the laws of Islam, but still wants to pursue a career in acting in Hollywood? And it's not like he doesn't know what the laws are. He used to be, how do I deal with that?
I really don't know, man. You know what I mean? I can't really say one thing. Just make dua for him, you know? I don't want to say one thing because everybody is different, you know? Just talk to him about Islam, man. You know? The basics of time. Like I still have brothers that they're Muslim and they still put records out. They still do music, but I can't force them to stay away from that stuff. You know what I mean? I don't really talk to them about it when I'm around them. I just say, let's go pray, let's do that, just keep that. You know what I mean? Just keep reminding them, let's pray together, let's do this together. Eventually, inshallah, you might leave it, inshallah. You know?
In that one Tupac song, I Am Mad At You, he's referring to you in the beginning, saying that you're a Muslim now, you just for like, was gangster and all that stuff.
Now that song, I was a Muslim when he came out with that song. And that song Pop, I think when he said that, he just kind of made up an individual. Because in the hood, most of the times in the city, that's like a pattern. You see a lot of people that was on the streets, they go into prison, and they literally come out Muslim and they change their life, you know what I mean? So he just threw it in a song like that.
I actually have one more question. A man named DJ Fatal, Hussein Fatal.
DJ Fatal, yeah.
Is he a Muslim? Because he's still in the music industry.
Hussein Fatal.
Yeah, Hussein.
Yeah, Hussein Fatal, I spoke to him the other day, he did tell me, took a shot. All the Outlawz they Muslim. And just because a person in the music industry doesn't mean they take them outside the fold of Islam. They're still Muslims. You should pray for them, you know what I mean? And you never know what they're going through, but they still Muslim, I believe. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, brother. Salam to you, my salam to you.